Well, Logan, we got our first glimpse of Steph Curry after he had been sidelined for 5.5 weeks because of a grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee. Logan, what was your impression of Steph after such a long absence?
Well, there was one or two things I thought were going to happen. Either it was going to be a situation like Portland a couple years back where he misses his first 10 shots and then just goes off with 40 points. Or it could have been the game we saw against Memphis, and when he just went on a tear and he just made all of his shots. He only missed 4 shots that game. It wound up being Memphis, and it wound up being a win, and it wound up being what we all thought Steph Curry was going to do.
Absolutely. He finished with 28 points. He came in off the bench at the 4:20 mark, and there really wasn't any rest. He went right back into the type of shape and form that we had seen him in all season long. Here's what Steph had to say about his performance tonight.
It felt great. Real eager as of late, trying to get back out there and be with my teammates and do what I love to do. So to get back out there on the floor, play some playoff basketball, and get a big win tonight. It was huge. It was a good feeling. The crowd was crazy, and obviously we did what we needed to do in these first 2 games, going up 2-0, and we got to have our game travel to New Orleans.
Now, all throughout this series, what's been really interesting has been Draymond Green's intensity level. He's been rebounding, he's been yelling at his teammates, he's been exciting the players. He's been doing what he does best, Logan. And you wrote about this tonight, actually. He had a little bit of a, I don't want to say a tussle, but a back and forth.
A kerfuffle, if you will.
A kerfuffle, I think, is a very good way to phrase it, with Rajon Rondo. Do you think there's anything behind it, or is that just kind of 2 intense guys playing a very intense playoff game?
I think it was 2 intense guys playing an intense playoff game. We talked this morning where, there was nothing but respect from Draymond Green about Rondo. He just raved about his intelligence on the basketball floor, and just he loved that edge. And he kind of said that tonight about, as he basically doubled back on what he said this morning, is it was nothing but just 2 competitive guys going at it. And Rondo was just a very short response. He said it was just 2 competitive guys going at it. So I don't think we will see anything more of this. There's not going to be anything lingering off the court. They might beef on the court, but it's not going to go outside the lines.
Well, here it is in their words.
Throughout the game, like I said before, he's a competitor, I'm a competitor. It is what it is. At halftime, he came up to me. I'm not a guy who repeats stuff that's said on the floor.
Rajon, it seemed like you and Draymond were kind of going at it during the game, and especially at right before halftime. What happened in your eyes in that moment?
Nothing, just 2 guys playing with passion. That's about it. Nothing.
Now, Klay Thompson had a bit of an off night. He was not his normal self, his normal pure shooter, streaky self tonight. He only had, 10 points, made 20% of his shots from the field, 18 from beyond the 3-point line. He had been playing absolutely incredible throughout the playoffs up until tonight. But Klay has an incredible ability to bounce back after off nights. He doesn't get into his own head. He has the confidence to just keep shooting, keep scoring. Logan, is that what it takes for a sharp shooter to be successful in this league?
Definitely. You got to have a short memory. And, he did that last series when he forgets which game it is, but he had a bad game. Game 4, he had a bad game, and then to close out in Game 5, he just balled out. That's I was almost going to say what Steph does, but that's what Klay does as well. They bounce back from bad performances, and this was just another example of that.
Well, that was a fair slip-up, actually, because Steve Kerr actually went on to compare the 2. Here's what Steve said.
Well, he's a lot like Steph. He's just going to keep firing, even if you're up 10 with 1:30 left and 20 seconds on the shot clock. Sorry, I couldn't resist that little jab. Tough night for Klay. Ball didn't go in, but, I love his aggression, and we need him firing away like he did, and those shots will go in New Orleans.
Now the Warriors head back to New Orleans for Games 3 and 4 of this series. Logan, quickly, what do you expect to see?
I'm expecting a gentleman's sweep, so I think there's going to be 1 win from New Orleans on this trip.
All right, there you have it. For Logan, Murdock, and Melissa Rohlin, thank you for watching.
On TV, you see what he said?
I heard what he said.
Yeah, and your mom kind of went back at him. But, what do you think when do you even
I think a lot of guys talk on TV, stand behind a microphone and a TV screen. Fact of the matter is, if If you feel that strongly about something, he's seen me a million times. If he feel that strongly about it, then punch me in my face when you see me.